welcome everybody to the TBC Christmas live stream. We hope everyone's doing well, and the cause of why we're doing this is obviously to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and shit and do something a bit out of our comfort zone. And the primary reason is because we're raising money for kids who were a bit underprivileged, who would not normally get presents at Christmas. So all the money is going straight to Wood Street Mission, who do incredible work in Manchester and Salford. So raising money for the city that we represent.
Yeah, it like you said, it come about, didn't it? Just on the back of, obviously, we do this podcast every single week and get guests and everything like that, and we just said, we want to do something special for Christmas, do like a fucking live stream.
This is special and like we've never done something like this before, so we're hella nervous. Oh, hang on, someone's joined. Shout out to Jim Messineo. How are you, mate? Merry Christmas. If you've got a question for us, please shout a question in now.
Yeah, don't like heavily rely just on fucking asking people in the chat, mate.
Hey, you got to acknowledge the people, man.
Yeah, big up in the chat. But yeah, mate. So first of all, anyway, so this is obviously a normal episode. We're recording this, and it'll go on Spotify next week. The live's just an extra added bonus for anyone who wants to join in, donate to charity. As Ryan mentioned, we're donating to Wood Street Mission. So yeah, the link is in the bio on our page. But yeah, just to kick off the episode, mate, how the fuck are you? How's your week been, man?
My week's been very good. I've been putting up my Christmas decorations. Like, my house looks like Santa has had a fucking orgy in there, mate.
Yes, mate.
It's tacky as fuck, and me and my daughter decorated the tree.
Oh yeah.
So it looks a bit like to someone like randomly, like, oh, it looks a bit shit, that, but because she's done it and just put shit everywhere, I've just left it there.
That's the best way, isn't it?
Do you know what I mean? I'm not asked about it looking pretty, or like, oh, the lights are meant to go here, or you're not meant to have like two big baubles near each other. And it just decorated exactly the way she wanted it to be.
Yeah, that's the best way. When we put our tree up, Beth like did it with the kids, and she was like, "I'm going to do it with the kids," and then when they go to bed, I'm going to like reorganize it all.
Oh, you should.
But she did it with the kids, and then after it, she was like, "You know what?" She was like, "Actually, looks mint," so she kept it.
Oh, that's good. I thought you were going to be like, she's fucking changed it all.
Nah, she actually redid it with the kids. It's like it's been the same Christmas theme for like this last 5 years, and like every year they buy more shit, so it's not even got a theme anymore. It's just a random like amount of fucking baubles. It's mental.
I think my theme is like candy canes. So what we had to do, we had to like wrap branches like around the candy cane so it chills. And then I got the Christmas elf, but obviously didn't do the elf on the shelf thing because it's just far too much energy. And that just like that's part of the decor of the tree. It just sits in the tree like with its arms crossed and its legs crossed, so it looks like a proper elf sat there. You know, like it's like waiting for like something to do.
Yeah.
But obviously it'll never do anything because I've not got time to do it.
Maybe one year. But yeah,
I might put it in the toilet or something. Oh shit! It's like, oh look, Elf's done a poo.
How's the festivities been going anyway? Done anything over the Christmas period?
I've had my work's Christmas do.
Oh shit! Go on.
That was really good actually. We went for a meal at this Indian restaurant in Manchester called Dishoom. Spenny, mate.
Oh mate, I've been there before. It's well.
It's so nice, but spenny. Obviously not for me because it's spenny expensive.
Oh right.
God, it's not down with the kids. You are not down with the kids.
You fucking turn scalce, you.
Smoking spenny.
Fucking can of Coke.
Some chicken and a can of Coke. And it was like a platter, like two sat here and two sat there shared.
Yeah.
Like a big like platter, big like turkey leg and things like that. Absolutely unbelievable, ridiculously good food.
Nice.
And then after that, we went to Electric Shuffle, new bar in Deansgate, where it's like Flight Club. You've been there?
No.
With the darts.
I can't stand Deansgate though.
I know.
It makes me cringe the thought of it.
I know, but after there, we went to Electric Shuffle and all played shuffleboard.
Yeah.
And I should be a good right because the amount of times we've played it, but I was fucking wank. I literally got beat off everybody. Because all I was doing, I just didn't know my own strength, you know, because I'm fucking working out and that.
Smashing the gym.
It's massive. On an XL, this jumper, you don't think it. And I was just levering the fucking shuffle things or whatever, knocking myself off it and stuff.
Fucking hell.
It was wild. And then after that, we went to Albert Schloss and just fucking partied the night away, mate. There was like Grease tunes on. NSYNC, you know, proper like cheesy shit.
Yeah.
And I was just going hell for leather, mate, on the rums and stuff like getting on tables and just all the work lads were just like stood there like acting dead, like, you know, like that, like, and I was just being buck wild, mate, on the tables and stuff.
No way. That's
leading the charges. I got home at 4 o'clock. I've never done that in like 10
4
years.
o'clock?
4 a.m. I got home. I was absolutely rattled.
I wish I could say the same for my work's Christmas too.
Oh, do tell.
No, mate, mine was ridiculous. So, yeah, went to the office and we had like a Christmas presentation, and then my mate Aaron in work, he made this like teapot. He got a teapot and he made like an espresso martini cocktail. I don't even know how he did it. It weren't like a proper cocktail. It was just fucking. It was like Kraken, Coke, and then some coffee liqueur fucking thing. But his measurements was off the charts. Like,
what was it just like
yeah, I've got a video. I'll have to put it on the story. But he got this teapot and just fucking poured in shitloads of booze on my Christmas do as well. And this is like before we've even gone for our Christmas meal. And he's going round and he's getting this teapot and he's putting it in people's mouths. Ridiculous. And me, like an absolute mug, went and got a fucking mug from the kitchen. And I was like, yeah, go on, I'll have a mug of that. I'm not a drinker anyway. We only drink like 2 or 3 times, probably a month, if that. And then, yeah, he's going to got this teapot, filled it up with this fucking espresso martini shit. And I've like had like 2 or 3 cups of it, like full cups. And I think Christmas meal was at like 7 o'clock. I've got there, sat at the table, and the funny thing is I can't even tell you where it was. Oh no, I can. It was Piccolino's in Manchester.
Yeah.
But I don't remember much of it. I can't remember my starter. I just remember like some sourdough bread and a topping.
What was you thinking around the table when you were sat there?
So in my work, there's like 60 people. So there was like separate tables, and I'm sat facing one of my mates in work. And we like sat facing each other, and he's just asking me like normal questions about like parenting, like Christmas and stuff like that, and I'm staring at him dead like this. I know, I just didn't know what day it was, and at this point it's embarrassing. It's like 7 o'clock, and I'm just like I could not string a conversation together. I was proper struggling. And then other people from like my work was coming over and like chatting to me and stuff like that, and I was just like, I was so fucked. And it's like 7 o'clock and like no one else was even like steaming. And I'm a grown ass man as well, so I didn't have the excuse that I'm like a kid. So I was just like, fuck's sake. So I went toilet anyway. I was thinking like I could chunder and get it out, have a sound, and then I couldn't.
Tactical one.
I couldn't throw up, and then I went back upstairs, sat back down, and then someone's like having a conversation with me, and I'm like, I still can't. Went back down toilet again. People probably thinking they're banging out turds or something like that. I don't know. I don't know how I
at the toilet again.
I just probably looked so fucking rough and hanging. And I went downstairs, fingers down the throat, mate. I threw up all over in the sink. Grim as fuck. But anyway, I felt mint after it.
What, after you threw up?
Yeah.
You 99% of the time do, don't you?
Bounced back upstairs like I was fucking 13 foot tall. Sat back down and I was like, right, fucking... let's have it.
I can talk now.
Fucking spitting conversations out left, right, and centre. And then we went to a bar after, and I was like, I can't remember the Arcade. I think it was called.
Arcane, is it?
Arcane.
Arcane, yeah.
Arcane. Literally got in there, and I was like, my last train's at 11, and I was planning to stay out and get a taxi home.
Yeah.
But because of how the night previously went and how fucked it was, I was like, nah. I'm not fucking staying out. So
did you just not want to chance it because you'd already been?
I was fucked. Like,
yeah.
I was tired. I was knackered. Like, I felt grim. So I was like, right, I'm gonna fucking dart off home. Anyway, got off with one of my mates. Like, left, not got off with him.
Snogged him, said bye.
got a train. Fingered up bum. But anyway, yeah, we bounced, got off. Got to the train station, and like my train like weren't on the platform, and like weren't telling me what platform the train was on, and I was also smashed. So all them things working together, it was a failed plan. Like, do you know what I mean? So I went up to one of the instructors and was like, excuse me, can you tell me where my train is, blah blah blah. So he was like, yeah, it's on that platform, and it's like, you know, Manchester Piccadilly,
platform 14,
the one on the fucking other end of the world. So he's like, you won't make it though, and I was like, bet I will. So I fucking bombed it down, mate, sprinted like Usain Bolt, got there, jumped on the fucking first train I seen, which I'm convinced it was the correct train. And then, anyway, it didn't stop at my stop. It was fucking sat there in my chair, like, fucked out of my head, and I just went past my stop, and I was like, hey, it's fucking not stopped. Carried on going. Anyway, ended up in fucking Huddersfield.
Where we are now.
Doing our pod in our lovely studio for the day.
We got to do it in our Mecca, haven't we?
Yeah, and then I fucking got to Huddersfield, and by this point, sobered up. It's like nearly midnight, I'm starving, and I was like, let's fucking go out, you know? Like, go fucking camel, mate. Fucking get on the fucking
Go out on me, Todd.
But anyway, now I didn't. I went in some fucking Don's takeaway, mate, and just got a fat pizza. And then the battery was on like 1%. It was tragic. I was thinking, trying to get an Uber. No one would pick me up. And then, yeah, ended up, I had my bank card, so I had to do it old fashioned, get cash out, and then get an actual fucking taxi. And then got home. And my taxi driver turned out to be like my local news agent. And he was like, yeah, I'm also a taxi driver. And I was like, shit. So,
oh, yeah, he works in the post office, didn't he?
Yeah. So
that's mental. How you got him at that exact time?
It was crazy. And like, I knew I recognised him though. But
was it the guy with like the slick back hair? Or was it the younger lad?
Got shaved head.
I think I know.
He looks a bit like Nacho from Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Looks like he can stab you if you give him a dirty look. Big up if you're watching, by the way, mate.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, that was fun.
Yeah, so anyway, that's what we've fucking been up to, mate. So we've got like different segments for the episode. Like, we're going to jump into different bits. So I suppose the next bit is that we want to do. It's like our year wrapped, isn't it?
Our year wrapped, yeah. Because we've got a few surprises in there. To be fair, like how
in where
in the wrapped.
Oh yeah, go on. I'm surprised.
No, I mean when we looked at ours, like we were like the top show for like what was it, 90 people.
75. I think.
75, but that is just insane.
Yeah, no,
that is just insane. And I think here it is, Chris. Here's Chris who tagged us in the story saying that we're his number one on Wrapped.
Oh yeah, big up
Shout out Chris, man. Thank you very much for listening to us two chat absolute waffles, mate.
Yeah, mate. We've got Darren in the chat as well, Mr. Fern.
Yes, Mr. Fern, Peace FM, we love you.
Yeah, mate. We've got some people in the chat, which is good.
This is great.
Yeah.
This is groovy.
Any things you want to bang in the chat that you want us to chat shit about?
Send them in.
We will segue and rabbit hole and talk about it. But like I said, we've got all our post-its here, which was very organised. And
yeah, we wanted them out of camera, but like we're too real for that. We need these.
They're out of camera on the actual pod when the pod goes out next week.
Oh yeah, shit.
It's not on Spotify. I mean, Insta.
We don't have post-its.
Yeah.
So yeah, our Wrapped was absolutely mint. Like, how many episodes do you think we got out this year from like January to now?
Well, when did we?
25.
No, more than that.
More than that?
Yeah, so we're on like episode 52, aren't we?
52 now, yeah.
And we started the pod. When did we start it? September 23.
No, I meant this year alone in 2024. I think we've done about.
No, that's
20.
what I was going to say. So we started it September 23. I reckon we probably did about 20 episodes. So yeah, probably about 30 odd we've done this year.
It's been
maybe more, maybe like 35.
35 because we're on 52.
Well, we do one every week pretty much, and then there's been the odd couple where we missed.
Yeah.
So it's probably averaged out. We should have done 52 if we did it every week. But like I said, some have been cancelled. Some have been like just like we've not had one for a couple of weeks, or the audio was fucked that time with Dalen from Minnesota. So yeah, like I reckon probably around about 35 to 40.
Which is mint, right? But like next year, I think we're going to sort of hold off doing it once a week, aren't we? Just from like a time perspective, it is quite difficult to edit them all and stuff like that, isn't it? You know, because we've got so many people booked in. So I think what we're going to do is doing like bi-weekly, like every 2 weeks, and we're going to like proper target like our guests and be like, these are people who we sort of like want to speak to, or they've got an interesting story, or we'd want to shed light on theirs, because we don't shy away from like proper dark topics, man. Do you know what I mean? Like we've had people on who have gone through absolute terrible circumstances, not just like stuff with like your mental health and stuff like that, but it's been stuff that's been like from really dark, like talking about like Mikey's one, like for instance.
Oh shit,
like,
that was intense. That one.
So intense, but like that shit needs talking about. And I think if we keep sort of like imploring that in our podcast, that like nothing's off limits, that people can come on and tell their story and shit like that.
Yeah.
So we're gonna target like people, not target them. That sounds predatory. That but like go after who people would want to hear talk and things like that. And obviously, still include your average bros who are just like, lads, I'd love to come on and tell my story. Like, I've been through a bit of shit. Like, we're still gonna maintain our roots for sure, and sort of like let the average bro get involved and things like that. We're never gonna turn anyone away.
Yeah.
But we're gonna do it every 2 weeks. I think was that your idea? To do it bi-weekly.
Yeah, possibly. Like bi-weekly or just whenever. Like, I suppose what we want to do is focus on other things too, innit? Like merch and all stuff like that.
We do want to do merch, which is it's going to be tough, isn't it? Like, as in to actually like start up, because we know literally nothing. We'll probably have to ask a few people who already have merchandise stuff. Shout out Mentality Boys, we're coming for you.
Sorry, one sec.
What's going on here?
No, it was saying about someone wanted to join the chat, but it weren't. It said that you had to accept them in. But yeah, fuck it. Don't matter.
Sorry, whoever requested to join the chat.
But yeah, it don't matter. Sorry, go on, you carry on. I won't be a sec.
Fuck me. I know exactly who's trying to join the chat as well. You're not welcome, get away. Yeah, merch is something that we've been speaking about probably since that we started the pod, to be fair. But it's a case of like, will people want to buy it, and will people think it's like cool? Because we want to get like good quality like material, like thick material, and then make it like a t-shirt that like you would just wear anywhere, like for like an any occasion tee. hello. Any occasion like wear, and then we want to progress into like snapbacks maybe, and then I really want to do sliders.
Yeah.
Because I think they're like untapped potential like market for sliders, because people just get bog standard like black or white ones or whatever. But if we had like our little TB club on a pair of black sliders with a red logo, it could pop off.
Yeah, no, it'd be sick. And like, it's something that we've always wanted to do in it, and possibly move more into the merch side. There's loads of stuff that we wanted to do. We've wanted to possibly in the future do our own festivals and stuff like that. And
yeah, TBC Fest.
That leads on nicely into like what we're doing with Clee W next year. But
Yeah.
we'll keep that under wraps.
Keep that under wraps.
Well, we can, I'm not asked to say it, but that's another sick thing that's come from it. That can be in the wraps. But yeah, man, let's kick off the wraps anyway. What is it that we're doing first?
So I think we do like the 3 things that we've learned from doing the podcast this year, just like lessons that we've taken either from people or from certain things that like certain stories that we've heard that have really like resonated with us and been like, oh shit, I know what that means now, or something of that nature. So do you want to go first? Do you want to take turns? Do you want me to go first?
Yeah.
Fucking put you on the spot then, didn't I?
Now you're more. To be fair, like, just gonna say, like, you're more plan the stuff, don't you, and like come up with the ideas. I'd say that
you're the idea guy.
I come up with the idea, and then you flesh it out, and that's what we did.
Yeah.
Like, I come up with this idea for this thing, and but then I like unpack it a little bit, and then I go, I've got all this. Here you go, and then Ryan will like sort it out, and then put it into dead nice structured routes and stuff. So, this guy's a lot more organised than I am.
Oh mate, you're gonna make blush. Although it is fucking red hot.
I really want to
But
there's so many things I want to tell the story about, like the journey today of getting to the fucking area and what happened. But they might come up later on. But yeah, no, I'll tell it quickly now before we get into the 3 questions.
Yeah, go.
So we're currently in an Airbnb, which is it's very nice, as you can see from the background.
Should see the view that we've got.
Oh mate, it's unreal.
I mean, talk about like multi-story car parking. It's the fucking best one I've ever seen.
He's taking the piss in case there's any Americans in here that don't fucking get the bants. But yeah,
it's an awful view.
No, that we got here. It said on your what's it called, email confirmation.
Yeah.
It said that we could check in at 12. So I was like, right, sick. 12 o'clock. We got here like 12:01 because we're fucking keen AF.
We are keen AF, absolute Roy.
Got here. It's mental, like the setup. So it's apartments. So it's not just like there's no reception and shit like that. We've got B&Bs before, haven't we? Airbnbs.
Yeah, it's been smooth as
and like you just get your key, room, bang, bosh, done. Whereas here it was like you got to passcode to get in the apartment block, passcode to get in the stairway, passcode to get in the lift, passcode to get in your room, and then you need a key or whatever. So it's like mental. But anyway, managed to find our room eventually. Because I'm not going to say the room just in case there's any groupies, listening.
Oh, fucking hell, don't say it.
But
it's apartment 12.
No, but our apartment weren't on the signage anywhere. Like, it just cut off. And me and him are running around like fucking absolute noobs.
Yeah, we circled the building, didn't we?
And then we collared one at cleaners and was like, excuse me, do you know where this room is, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, yeah, follow me. And she like took us through this back door and then through a fucking fire exit and then up some stairs and then down in a lift and then underneath a fucking proper mission, mate. And then we got to the room, opened the fucking little flap to get the key. There's no key there.
No key.
Like, she was like, oh. And I was like, well, where's the key? And then some Don just popped out of nowhere.
It literally popped out of nowhere.
It went, literally come out of Ryan's fucking back pocket, mate. And then he just went, you looking for this key? And we was like,
yeah, we are.
Yeah, we're not looking in the key box for a fucking envelope. Like, of course, looking for a key. So anyway, got the key, opened the fucking door, came in, and it's nice. Like, it's cool. It's it's nicer than. I hadn't seen the pictures. He thought it was like going to be this massive.
I thought it was fucking mega, and it's
small.
It looks great on the pictures.
It's nice. Like, it's got a couch, telly, little kitchen. It's got some bent ass blinds that I propped up so we could get some natural light.
Get some natural lighting, you know what I mean? Good for
and then it's got the spiral stairs, and then you go upstairs and there's like a bed and stuff like that. I'd say it's nice, but it's filthy as fuck when we got here. Like, it's not been cleaned.
Oh, it was a fucking shit heap, to be fair.
Fucking dirty ass, fucking bedding, like, defo, like.
Someone got rattled in there.
Yeah, someone got their head railed off, mate. And then bathroom smelled of fucking eggs and shit, didn't it?
It did. It
and then the old apartment block just pengs of weed as well.
It does. It's got that good cush circulating. When I opened the window before, I was just like.
So anyway, so we're here getting set up, getting all like the angles ready, the computer set up, all that shit, and then fucking knock on the door, and it was like,
it was
the cleaner had a phone on speaker. And she was like, yeah, it's someone for you. And we was like, what's this? Someone donating to our fucking page. And she went, can't check in till 4. And we was like, well, we can, because we're doing a fucking pod at 2.
And we're also we're here.
And
we're
also,
in the room.
He got his email up and it says you can check in at 12. So we was like, it says we can check in at 12.
I went proper Karen, didn't I? I was like, no, excuse me.
And
I was like, on the confirmation, it says 12, mate. And I showed it. Oh, well, I said it to her on the phone. And she was like, you're going to have to leave for 40 minutes while she cleans.
Yeah, so she come in anyway, fucking started spraying Dettol everywhere. Me and him just went on a mooch. And it's like squeaky bum time, to be fair, 'cause it's like 1 o'clock and we wanted to start this at 2. So yeah, we fucking bounced in, we went shopping, got some decorations. We
got some supplies, we got some cups. I don't know if you can see the festive cups.
Festive cups.
Those are my idea.
So yeah, that was pretty eventful, and then we got back in, didn't we? Got set up rapid, and then I think we was live at like fucking 1 minute past.
Yeah. So that brings us nicely to where we are now, which is the 3 things that we've learned as individuals from doing the podcast, and that could be from someone or just like an episode in general where it was like, oh, I needed that, like I needed to learn about that. So do you want me to go first?
Yeah, we can go like back for back if you want.
Back for back, yeah. So I've learned through doing it and through like people that we speak to like afterwards who like engage with us a lot, that like what we're doing is like actually resonating with a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I think that being ourselves, like unpolished, authentic, like fucking sticky notes and shit like that, like people will do their best to hide that, or this angle or whatever. Like I think us being just absolute normal average bros that we just are is our greatest asset, to be like relatable to people. And people will be like, oh, they're just fucking average guys who are normalising speaking about how they're feeling, what they're struggling with, what they need to improve on, and just making it very, very sort of like standardised.
Yeah.
That you can just chat amongst your mates. Because maybe about 5-10 years ago, if you said to your mate, like, look, I'm really struggling and stuff like that, you'd probably get mocked and then called like a little bitch or something like that, or, the man up and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Whereas in the past like 5-10 years, that's progressed heavily. And if you say to your friend, who should be a real friend, like, I'm fucking struggling, I need to talk about X, Y, Z, they'd be like, yeah, of course, like I'm all ears. and I think us doing what we're doing, I do think it is having an impact, man. Like I really do, and that's really like good positive reinforcement for us as like a duo and like the sort of like brand or whatever. And I don't really ever want to lose that sort of
the authenticity.
I don't want to lose the authenticity and sort of like normalness of us both, like ever.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
No, we never will, man. Like, I think that's the whole thing about what we do. It's all rough and ready. It's fucking, we just get on with it, and like you said about when we did the Warm Ones episode, that was
Mate, it took 45 minutes to sort of like prep, didn't it?
That was like a cancelled episode again, and then we was like, should we just cancel or should we do that special Warm Ones ep? And we was like,
yeah,
let's do it, and we just did it, and we just turned up and we didn't give a shit. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, that was so much fun, that episode.
No,
we'll probably get into that in a bit, to be fair, but it was so good.
Excuse that one.
So, your turn, mate. What have you learned?
Oh, mate, what have I learned from doing this pod? I've got like a silly one, and then I've got some slightly more like serious ones. But I'll start off with the silly one first.
Okay.
Something I've genuinely learned from doing this pod and speaking to, random, amazing people week in, week out, is that Scottish people and Americans and Canadians can fucking talk, mate. Like, we do a pod, and every time that we've had someone from Scotland on it, someone from America or Canada, like, me and him struggle to get a fucking word in. Like, we do an intro, and then that's it, they're off. And like, I'd say like it's been really hard to navigate them conversations because we're not experts in this, obviously.
No.
We did this on the back of like just an idea that we cooked up and was like, yeah, let's fucking do a pod. And like our first one, it's not available anymore.
Yeah, it's part of the Forbidden Free.
Yeah, the Forbidden Free, no longer on, but
it might be on Patreon soon.
Yeah, them first 3 episodes are like probably like the first couple, like the fucking shit, like in terms of no, do you know like the quality and like the sound and all stuff like that. Like we didn't have a clue what it was doing, and like we've learned progressively as we've come along on this pod, and we started off using like Google Meets, and then when we had guests on, we used to like ring them up and put them on a loudspeaker, and like sounds like you're doing a fucking podcast through a walkie-talkie. And then we've just progressed and developed and expanded our knowledge, and it's been sick, and like it's brought us to this, and we've only been doing it for just over a year. And the fact that we're raising money for charity, and it's for a great cause as well, so kids can get Christmas presents who obviously aren't fortunate enough to experience the same Christmas that we're going to be experiencing in our kids. So we set a target of £500. I think we're nearly at £200, and that's all before the pod as well. Like, we're going to be pushing it obviously for the rest of the day, and then we'll push it tomorrow, and then possibly a little bit Monday, and hopefully we can hit that £500 target.
If we do, you know what's happening, don't you? If we hit the target, we're getting our heads buzzed.
Yeah, like
you're not backing out of that, are you?
I'm not backing out.
Oh, he's backing out.
But that was the idea of if we was doing it in the barbershop.
Oh, you can't back out. We said it on a reel.
No, but that was the idea. If we did it in a barbershop and it hit £500 on the stream, we'd buzz our heads off on the stream live.
It sounds like backing out to me. Don't know about you guys, but that is a back. You know what? I'll still do it. Fuck him. I'll still get. If we get £500, I'll get a proper I'll get a number 3.
He gets a buzz cut anyway. Like, you got a buzz cut the other day in the barber, so you just go with hairdressers and get a trim. You've got a good hairline, so you're fine.
I'm like, oh, is that what you're scared about?
I look like a fucking lemon, mate. I would have got it. I would have 100% done it if we did.
Bullshit.
If we did the stream in the barbershop, I would have 100% done it. But yeah, obviously that's no longer happening, so I'm not going to do that.
Well, I still am. I'll give the people what they want.
You get a fucking buzz cut anyway, mate.
I've got a buzz cut and snides, mate.
But yeah, anyway, back to the first thing. The thing that I learned, I absolutely waffled my tits off then. It's just that. And that's ironic because I was slagging off. I was saying that
you were
Scottish,
slagging
Americans and all that do that. But yeah, whenever we've done a pod with any Scots, which I think we've done it with like 3 people from Scotland, and then we've had a lot of people on from America and Canada. all different areas, to be fair, of America. But yeah, whenever we've done it, we press go, and they just fucking rabbit their heads off, mate.
Yeah, you literally say like, "Hi, can you just introduce yourselves to our audience?"
Yeah.
Stuff like that, and then they just and then it's been about 35 minutes, and you're like, "I can't remember one thing they've said."
Nah, I remember when we did the episode with Stuart.
What, as in Scottish Stuart?
Yeah.
I forgot his surname. No.
His surname. You know, but yeah, my big pink chair.
My
at the
big
time.
pink chair, yeah.
And we did it with Stuart, and that was fucking funny as fuck. Like, we did it, and I think we pressed record, and normally we'd intro the guest.
Didn't even let us, did it?
He didn't let us intro, and he chatted shit for about 25 minutes, and then
I
introed him.
And then he asked us who we were drinking, and he's like, "We do this at the end, like let us do our thing,
He
bro."
was asking us questions and stuff like that.
He was.
But yeah, like, anyone from Scotland, mate, can fucking chew your ears off.
Looking at you, Chris.
Americans can fucking chew your ears off, and obviously Canadians too. I just think Americans and Canadians, and then also Scottish people, I just think they're sick at talking. Like, whereas me and you from Manchester and that, I think we're like semi like shit at talking.
We err on the side of awkwardness, mate.
Yeah,
whereas they don't give a fuck.
Awkward beans, mate. And like, I'll think like, I don't want to like just chat so much shit and then, you know, bore someone, or do you know what I mean? Whereas
what we're doing now.
They're just like, I don't care. I'll bore the life out of anyone.
But that's a good lesson to take away. Is it my turn now?
Yeah.
My second lesson that I learned from doing like the pod and stuff like that is the sort of like ability to just really not give a fuck about how others might perceive you.
Yeah, like them glasses.
Like exactly. I used to be really inward and like be really bothered about what people were sort of like, how people were looking at me if I was doing something a bit daft, or if I was like dancing in a club, something like that. I'd be dead like in a club. I'd be dead cautious about how I was being perceived, or if I was at like a family meal or something like that, I'd be so aware of like what other people were like looking at me.
Big up the Straubs.
And especially being drunk, like you did at your Christmas do.
Yeah.
If I was like, I've had a few beers and I was dead like paranoid about people knowing that I was drunk, or that like, or I was just internalising, going, "Are people going to be thinking, oh, he's fucking levered, right?" And it used to drive myself insane. Whereas like now,
yeah,
I couldn't give two fucks if people think that I'm drunk, because if I'm drinking, what is the purpose of like drinking? Is to get drunk, in it? Or if someone sees me like dancing like in that fucking Albert Schloss on the table to Grease Lightning, and I was doing all the moves, mate. I was doing the everything, and I couldn't care less what if someone looked at me and gone, "I'll look at him knowing all the moves."
Yeah.
Whereas 2 years ago, I wouldn't have done any of that. I would have been one of the guys that's a bit reserved, a bit inward and shit like that. So, just speaking to people and how normal sort of like feeling the way that I used to and all that, it's just normalised the shit out of it for me, and it's just brought down all them walls of like thinking, how do I look to others? Because I'm not that important. You know what I mean? No one actually gives a fuck if you really think about it.
Yeah,
no
true.
one cares what you're doing in a club or what you're doing with your family or anything like that. So those like blinkers that I sort of used to have are just gone. Like, I walked in all bargains like this before.
No, you did, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, that is ridiculous. But like, I didn't give it a second thought. Like, oh, people are going to look at me and think I'm a fucking weirdo.
No.
Which they probably did.
No, but I second that though. Like, that's something that you have done a lot over the past like year or so. Like, you just don't give a shit, and it's mint. Do you know what I mean? 'Cause that's something I do quite a lot. Like, I'll not be bothered, but not even embarrassed. But do you know what I mean? Sometimes you just feel a bit cringe, whereas you don't have that, and it's a really good quality. Like,
I really like it.
No, it is.
I hope it's here to stay.
Do you know, like you say, like if you're in a fucking, I don't know, like an empty bar, like the In-Betweeners, and you want to go and dance over to someone or this, that, and the other. Like, there's been times in the past where we've been in a bar and I've been like, go and ask that girl for a number, and you just be like, sound, and you just walked up straight over and gone, you're fit, and then like you've got a number and stuff like that, and it's like, that's mint. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'd never have the confidence to do that, and I suppose that's come from obviously yourself becoming single and being able to work on yourself as a person, and you know, listening to all these audio books.
I've not stopped at like gathering data on how I can be a better father.
Yeah.
And just better like just human being in general. I've not stopped trying to improve on every aspect of my life where there was loads of shortcomings. Like I said, I can't remember who I was speaking to the other day about it, but being in survival mode from like probably 9 to 29. I was on like autopilot and just trying to get by, trying to sort of like figure out how to be a fucking human being. And then literally, when my daughter said, "Love you, Daddy,"
I remember that. You messaged me crying, didn't you?
Just changed. I don't know what it was. It was like a fucking paradigm shift or something like that.
Probably because you've not been made to feel like that.
But I literally...
From another fucking female.
It was literally like my eyes like opened at all. I all of a sudden became dead aware of like everything around me, and then I started to feel everything that's like gone on and stuff like that, and then really start to like analyse myself as a person and be like, I need to improve on that. I need to improve on that. I need to improve on that. And gradually
felt like you popped the pill from Limitless.
Like, pretty much
accessed more of your brain.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it felt like when I came downstairs and rang you, and I was pouring every emotion out of my body. Happy, sad, angry, everything was just pouring out of me. It's like my body was feeling it all at once because it's like woke up. It's woke up to like what's actually been happening. This is how you've been feeling, but you've been burying the shit out of it for years and years. It's just been coming out in like volcanic eruptions and things like that.
So Ryan, how did that make you feel?
What? Which
no, I'm joking.
You trying to Bartlett, man?
Bartletting you. Let me just get my fucking Huel.
That's so funny.
It's a classic.
That's a classic. But no, I'm never going to stop, man. I'm never going to stop trying to become a better version of myself, especially as a dad. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I was fucking born to be a dad, and I've like I've a family that like I love and cherish and things like that, and they're my like reasoning and my purpose why I want to be on point, and like everything, like physically, spiritually, emotionally, like everything is for them. Like the reason I go gym probably is because my son's getting bigger, and he wants to carry.
You want to be able to beat him in an arm wrestle?
I want to be able to fucking lever him because he's well strong. No, he likes getting carried to bed still. So and he's a fucking unit, mate. He's fucking like me. So I want to be able to make sure that I can pick him up and I can throw him around, I can wrestle him and stuff like that and stuff. So everything I do is probably not for myself in the first instance, but I benefit from doing it in like as a secondary. I do it mainly for my children to be like fucking on point with everything, and then I benefit from like getting up early and doing shit like I'm reading. I fucking love reading. Well, listening.
Yeah.
I've not got the fucking... I'm too fidgety to sit there and read a book.
Yeah.
Like, it'll be audible and stuff like that, and I've not stopped. I'm reading one at the minute called No More Mr. Nice Guy.
Oh, nice.
Which is by Robert Glover. It's about nice guy syndrome, which I think that me and you...
People-pleasing.
People-pleasing, nice guy syndrome, things like that. And I think me and you do have the syndrome and things like that because we avoid conflicts and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's about sort of like breaking through them barriers of being like, no, like if you need to piss someone off, like piss someone off.
Yeah, be a bit selfish.
Yeah. So that's a really interesting book that I'm reading at the moment. But I can't remember what. I was like you then. I fucking waffled my fucking little head off.
That's good, mate. So yeah, like you said, that's something you learn over the past years, just to kind of like.
Oh yeah.
Not give a fuck and not what people like care about and stuff like that. Oh, pardon me. Shit, sorry. It's this beer, mate. It's mental.
You want me to get another?
No, I've got a full one there. This is what I'm currently drinking, and it's a stout, and I don't normally drink stouts. It's a marshmallow stout. It's intense. It's like fucking 7% as well.
Holy shit.
Probably won't make it to the end of this pod. Nah, I will. But yeah, so on to the next thing.
Is it you now?
Yeah. Well, you've just fucking gone.
No, I meant is it another thing you've learned, or have you done 3?
I've done 1 and you've done 2.
Oh shit, my bad. I'm gonna go get another beer. You carry on.
Go for it, yeah. So, I'd say something I've learned from the pod over the last year is did an episode with Rucker. We've done a couple of episodes with Rucker from Andy's Man Club. Shout out Andy's Man Club. It's an amazing thing, and you know it helps a lot of people that are struggling, and you know it's a good alternative to therapy. It's free, and I think it's on every Monday. I think at 7 p.m.
Monday 7 till 9. Yeah.
Yeah. So like Andy's Man Club, amazing. And yeah, like Luke is a facilitator at Andy's Man Club, and we've had him on the podcast twice. He was our first guest.
Very first guest, yeah.
Yeah, and then we got him on for like a part 2.
It was our first returning guest as well.
Yeah, first returning guest.
It'll
probably be our first fucking hat trick.
3P.
Yeah, but yeah, it's something that Rucker said at the time that stuck with me, and you know, it's a great piece of advice, and that's something again. He's Scottish, so he absolutely chats shit, and like as soon as you press go, mate, the guy's off. But you know, I was going through like a slight difficult patch at the start of the year in my own personal life, and you know, the pod did help me get through it quite a lot. It was it was kind of like self-therapy in a way. You know, like obviously yourself and my brother at the time was like, you know, they're massively helping me through a lot of it and listening to me vent and just like being emotional punching bags and letting me just fucking splurt everything out. But like the pod as well was like a huge like release for me, like being able to sit down with people, and it also like listening to what a lot of other people was going through and saying, like, you know, it's just insane. Like, and I'd be thinking like, fuck, like I need to stop being a little bitch and fucking, you know, whinging about silly stuff and just pick myself up and kind of improve my mentality and my mindset and yeah, just keep going. And yeah, like something that Luke said was, if you don't take care of yourself, then other people aren't going to take care of you. It was something along them lines anyway, and it was so true because like I found, you know, you can get my boys just joined. Big up Aaron.
Yes,
Aaron. Told the teapot story before, mate. But yeah, it's just saying like, if you're not taking care of yourself, then other people aren't going to take care of yourself. And if you're being super negative, miserable, and you're projecting that onto other people, how do you expect them to kind of like have you when you're, you know, not taking care of them and shit like that? And that's something that was a massive wake-up call for me, because I kind of fell into that trap of not being like negative, but kind of just being burnt out and then projecting that onto other people and not kind of giving a shit about how I was making other people feel. And in turn, when I was struggling, I was like being like, where's my support? And obviously, you've got to take care of yourself. So like you said before, to kind of like echo what you said, you've got to be selfish sometimes, and you've got to make that time for yourself, whether it is just going on a walk and listening to a pod, whether it's doing, I don't know, something that you want to do, like go to the gym. Like you've got to find that time for yourself, so then in turn you can be the best version of yourself and be the best dad, be the best partner, be the best friend, all that kind of shit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And surround yourself by positive people, not fucking people that will pull you down or be negative. You know what I mean? Like I've got a good circle in my life at the moment, like
me too.
Friends, work friends, family, like, and I'm happy in every aspect of my life. And there's that thing called like the circle of life, and you kind of go around in terms of like work, friends, family, all that kind of shit. And you know, at the minute for me, it's all like tick, 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 tick. Like I'm very good in my life at the moment, and that helps you overall as a person.
Of course it does. Keeps you content internally, doesn't it?
Yeah, them negative ass people, man, you don't need it in your life. Put it out. If anyone out there, you know, some fucking negative cunts and shit like that, like fuck them off, man.
Get rid. Yeah.
But
just to echo on that.
A lot of echoes in here, mate. Fucking hell.
Parrot in there. Pericky Pete.
His head fell off.
That's from Dumb and Dumber. I seen something on a podcast the other day about the people who like you choose to be like your friends and like your brothers and things like that. You need to know that if anything was to happen to you, that your kids will be sorted. And I very much feel that if anything happened to me, my kids would be fine. Because I've got you as a mate.
Nah.
My kids would be sound.
Nah.
Really?
I'm joking.
That was such an elegantly put point.
Oh.
But that's the level of like friendship that you would strive to have. That like if anything shit is to fan and you fucking something happens to you, will your kids be taken care of in like a lot of aspects that like you can? And I fully back that.
Like you with your Uncle Rick.
Yeah,
like,
big time.
Dad's boy in it, and like over the years, when you've found yourself sometimes in a situation like he's been like, I've got him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'd like to think I'd do the same for your kids in the future, and you do the same for mine. Like if one of us went there.
Big time. But that my sort of point was like that's the friendship that you want to like strive towards. If you're looking at around your friendship group and you've got kids or you've got someone of significance and think, if something was to happen to me, that they won't fucking do anything. They just go to the fucking. They'd carry on.
Oh mate, we both had shit at the fans in similar times, mate.
Similar
you find
time.
out in it, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, we've said that.
You found out.
That's probably our like slogan in it as a pod. You find out who your friends are when fucking shit is the fan.
Yeah, definitely. Man.
So that's the level of friendship that people should strive towards, and look at your friendship group right now and go, he won't do now, he won't do now, he won't do now. And if it gets to the last guy, you're like, you know what, he would. Fucking fuck the rest of them off and stick with the one that would. Do you know what I mean? They're the people you're gonna like need to like depend on and stuff like that. I like that.
Smash that, bro.
Like that.
Did. Just in the interest of time, because I actually can't believe it, but we're nearly at an hour already.
Seriously?
Yeah.
I feel like we just started.
No. But we went down about 20 rabbit holes, didn't we, mate? But
That's what we do. What is our next chapter?
no, we're still on the chapter.
All right.
We all we've done is do 3 things we've learned. We've still got to do these bits.
Should we skip ahead? And
No.
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 Okay.
I think that's missing a big chunk out, that, mate.
All right. Carry on, pal.
So there's 2 things that we've learned. We did have 3 things, but we're both clearly really bad at like limiting ourselves and not chatting shit. So
It's true.
yeah. So in regards to our in regards to the Wrapped, we've got here like our 3 favourite guests that we've had, which isn't necessarily in any chronological order.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've both got like our 3 favourite guests and also our 3 favourite episodes, because saying before, won't we, like your favourite guest can be different to a favourite episode, because like you might resonate with that episode, but it might not necessarily have been your favourite guest. So I'll tell you what, shall I rattle off my 3 favourite guests?
You go.
So in no particular order.
Just to stress that off. No particular order.
No particular order. I'd say 3 favourite guests. It's so fucking hard. Wait. I think, I'd definitely say Rick. Big up Rick Christian.
Yeah, I love Rick.
He's still like a huge friend of the pod. We'll get him up. We speak to him quite a lot on DMs and shit like that. And he'd recently been found out he's made redundant as well. So if anyone needs some fucking sexy, bearded, gymhead, rugby, funny ass fucking guy working for him,
Tell up Rick.
get in touch with Rick. We love him. He's mint. And then I'd say another one of my favourite guest. I'm struggling to like think of him off the top of my head, but I'd have to say Daniel Johnson, who we recently had on.
Big up DJ.
He'd been on X Factor and like does the postcode lottery. Like, I just loved chatting with Daniel. I thought he was amazing. Super positive outlook on life, and yeah, it just been mint. And also as well, like he stayed massively in touch with us since coming on the pod. He messages us, like engages with all our content and stuff like that, which is like super important to us.
Yeah, big time,
we really appreciate it. And then I'd say a 3rd guest. I'm struggling to pick one.
Tough, isn't it?
I'll say, because I can still do 3 episodes, but I'd say another guest. I'd have to throw Rucker in there, just because
we love Danny Rucker.
Just because he's our first ever guest we had on, and then he's come back on, and Rucker as well stays super engaged with us. He's like shared loads of like amazing fucking stuff with us when he's been on. He's really insightful and again super positive outlook on life. And I always remember first time he come on, he said that he's a glass half full. That's his motto.
Yeah, he had to learn how to become that guy though.
Yeah, like, and he's been on some of the past from me and you, like where you nearly lose it all, and then you kind of like give yourself a big slap around the face, and then pull yourself out of it and be like, I need to sort my head out. Like, it don't matter what shit I've been through, I can't put that onto other people. I need to deal with my own demons and then crack on. Especially if you've got to be a family man. Do you know what I mean?
Of course, yeah. He's always been like he backs us. He's got our back. He's really encouraging to like. If we're like messaging going like, Rucker, we're thinking about doing this, he's like, go for it, boys. You fucking smash it. You know what I mean? So we love Rucker.
Right, go on, mate. Your favourite 3.
My favourite 3. In no particular order. Obviously, this is guest right now episode.
Yeah, so we'll do episodes next.
Right, okay. That might change it, really. So, one of my favourite guests was Charlie.
Oh, big up Charlie, mate.
He was absolutely...
Cheer up, Charlie.
Cheer up, Charlie. He was unbelievable. So well spoken. Such a really good outlook on life, considering what he'd been through. And just his resilience for a kid is just ridiculous. And I don't think you could ascertain that without the sort of family life that he had, where they were
absolutely got an amazing family around
him. Around him, really tight unit, and they absolutely obviously adore him and things like that, and they just try to do shit that was best for him, and they moved schools and stuff like that because I think his dad was in the army, I believe, and to some people moving schools and being the new kid would be like, oh no, I don't want to move school, I don't want to be the new kid, whereas Charlie was like, fuck it, great, it's a new adventure, a new chance to make new friends, and he just took that on from being such a young age. And when he was telling us about the shit that he experienced and things like that, he turned it into such a fucking 180 positive. And he was just great. And as well, I think it brought out a bit of a different side to us because we couldn't swear because obviously he's a kid, really nice kid. and I think it brought out the sort of fatherly side to us, and a lot softer side to the TBC boys.
Yeah, like you said, we knew that we had to approach that differently to how we normally do a pod.
Yeah, we've
been good at that in the past.
We wanted him to feel comfortable, and that he was in. You're comfortable. Feel like he was in a space where he can just be himself. It's not because he said I'm ready for the interview, and I was like, look, it's not an interview, bud.
Yeah, it's the first thing you said, isn't it?
It's not an interview. It's not going to be question, answer. It's a conversation. Just think of us as two fucking mates from Manchester that you're catching up with. And as soon as it started and we sort of got him into it, you could see him sort of sink a bit in his chair, lay a bit further back, and just
shoulders dropped,
and when that happened, I was buzzing because I only wanted him to just be himself and that he could say anything. I nearly got the beeper out at one point because I thought he was going to go in, and someone who messaged him, he was like a former bully.
Yeah.
But no, he was class.
Mate, so good at talking.
Yeah, so
handled everything so sick. It was mint.
Yeah, he's one of my favourite guests for sure. Second favourite guest.
No
particular order. Again, just because of how energetic she was. Kelly Griego.
Yours are both recent as well.
They are both.
At 50 and at 52.
Is that right? Yeah.
You need to do some archiving, bro.
I thought it was for this year only. Right? Okay, I'll do some.
Yeah, no, well it is, but I think mine was all this year. Rick was.
Was Rick this year?
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Rick was like.
But yeah, Kelly, and nonetheless, anyway, just because of how upbeat, energetic she was, and just she just didn't give a fuck about anything.
Fire as well.
Just Kelly, if you listen to this, you are absolutely flames for a 35-year-old. Wink,
47.
Wink, 35-year-old.
Wait, 47 was it?
She's 47, yeah. But she looked 35 because of that Japanese cream.
I asked her if her son's mates called her a MILF, and she was like, no, that's disgusting.
That's
and
gross.
I was like, all right.
I think he got a bit mistranslated in the American to English banter and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was amazing, and just how into all that spiritual shit that she was that I'm into. She was loving all the shit that we were had to say to each other. That was so good. Third guess, right? Let's go archive it. It's got to be Jace. Clee W.
I can use these for episodes, and you can.
Yeah. He's just a fucking absolute gent, man. Honestly, he's so normal, so down to earth, and shared a lot of stuff with us that you wouldn't share to two lads who you've probably just met online.
He's a fucking fed as well, isn't he?
He's a fucking fed. We've got feds in our back pocket. No, jokes with that. But he was just so normal, so open, so honest, and he's staying in touch with us consistently throughout it, always checking in or sending us little life updates or whatever. and he's just an all-round class human being. So he has to be up there as one of my favourite guests.
Yeah, mint list, mate. So on to the 3 favourite eps.
On to the next. On to the next.
I'd have to say, just obviously on the back of that, for me, Jace was defo in my 3 favourite guest as well. But it's hard to think on the spot of guest episodes, so definitely Jace goes in my 3 favourite episodes. Which is Clee W. And, for me at the time, it was, I think, the brain on this guy, man. Like, Jace was directly after Rick when we recorded. So we did Rick and then we did Jace the week after.
We did?
I remember vividly, because it was at your house when we did Clee W. And then we went out after it, didn't we? Got scram, went to the pub.
It's a pubby.
Like and I remember, we sat down with Jace and obviously didn't know what to expect. Just knew it was Clee W, which is a play on words for Cleethorpes and Volkswagen, because he absolutely shags Volkswagens.
But not the electric ones. He won't shag them.
Yeah, but I found his story and all that was it was mental. And I've told a few people his story myself, just in terms of when it, for example, when he picked that Volkswagen and the tape came on and it was Stereophonics and it was his dad's song and also mental. So Jace was amazing, and again, it was at a difficult time in my life, and he proper resonated with me, and he made me smile so much, give me that warm feeling, and as well, we recorded for nearly 2 hours, and it flew by. It did not feel like 2 hours. Felt like I was chatting for
same with Rick,
20
weren't
minutes.
it? That was 2 hours.
Yeah,
it was just,
both of them. Yeah, and it was especially after doing that episode with Rick, I was fucking hell. We're not going to be able to top an episode like that. And then we did Jace the week after, and I was like, shit.
Yeah.
Jace smashed it, mate. It was so good. And then obviously since then, Jace has he sent us a Clee W care package as well, where he sent us merch, he sent us beers
and a tote bags. He
sent us hats. He sent you a bucket hat.
Yeah.
He sent us loads of merch and stuff like that, which was mint.
And he even said, didn't he, it's not like I'm sending it you for anything. It's just as
it was a thank you. Wasn't it?
It was a keep going, lads.
He said it's a thank you for doing what you're doing, because obviously we're both big now in the fucking mental health industry world.
Big in the game.
No, we're not. We've been doing it now for a year, and we've pretty much touched all different aspects of mental health. We've been Andy's Man Club, we've done sponsors with EP53, Manscaped, and
we actually have.
Yeah, that could be a segment in itself. That was funny as fuck. And then we've had so many guests on, because I know we say it all the time, but
here he is. Here's Jace now. Let's give him a wave.
Clee W.
We've just been speaking about you. You've missed it, so you might have to catch episode next week.
Just fucking absolutely wanking you off,
mate. We was like this. I'm going to go for a week. You carry on.
Oh, fuck's sake, this guy, man. Got a bladder of a fucking...
Bladder of a kitten.
Bladder of a 2-year-old. But yeah, just saying then, Jace, if oh shit, there you are. No, it's good, man. We were just saying, it was on a segment of our 3 favourite episodes, and apologies if anyone can hear me pissing, by the way, because that's loud. I was just saying about our 3 favourite episodes and our 3 favourite guests, and you was in my 3 favourite episodes, and I was literally just saying, just how much of a fucking legend you are, and just how you made us really warm inside, and the stories you told, and just how you've always supported us, sent us that merch that time and that care package. And as I was saying as well, I've told your story to so many different people about when you got the Volkswagen, for example, and you turned on the track and it was a stereophonic song playing. It's just unbelievable. It's mad, and we proper buzz off you. And Cleethorpe 25, Clee W Fest 25 as well. We're coming to that. Going to be
needs to give the people what they want.
Going to be linking up with Clee W at the festival. And
he's going to make us work though, man. He's going to make us hand out bottles of water and shit.
I'll do that. I'll fucking, do you know what I mean? I'll stand by cubicles and wipe people's asses.
Sorry, you missed a bit.
I'm more than happy to just fucking, be involved, mate. And bloody, he's not got kids with him. Is he calling us bloody kids?
Probably.
Yeah. I hope he just weren't saying that he's got kids with him then, and we're swearing our barnets off. But yeah, mate, we absolutely fucking like, love you, Jace, mate. Like,
Yeah.
legend, and you know. So yeah, Jace, my favourite guest. That went longer than it did.
Because he just joined. We had to
because
tell
he
him.
joined, I had to repeat myself. You went for a piss, so then I repeated myself again.
Yeah.
So yeah, Jace in my top 3 crushes. Episodes. And then the next one, I'd have to say Mel Bradley.
Mel Bradley.
Yeah, Mel Bradley.
Men Against Mountains.
Men Against.
Movement.
It's my turn, bro.
I was just making sure that you got it.
No, I'm only joking. Yeah, so Mel for me, mate. Like, Mel is a fucking powerhouse of a woman. Like, not many women like her out there. Like, all the work that she does for this community, this space, for like men's mental health in particular. Like, the outlook she's got from a woman for men, and to like advocate for them. And I know that she hates being called an advocator.
She does.
But she's just insane. Like, the conversation we had with him, like, at the time, me and Ryan, we both got choked up, didn't we? At one point,
yeah, she made me cry a couple of times, or when you get a little tickle.
Yeah, like I got like a bit of a lump in my throat when she was talking, and again, like that was in and around the time of when I was going through a bit of a patch myself. And it's quite a mad pattern that, like, the episodes that I relate to the most is when I was struggling the most, and I resonated and connected quite a lot at the time. Probably like in my fucking Drake era, mate. Like, in my feelings hard.
In my feelings.
Fucking Drake 2012, take care. But like, Mel cut deep on so many occasions, man. Like, and the advice she was giving us, and she was just saying about, you know, the classic, when men go quiet, that's when they need help the most, and stuff like that. And
biggest cry.
fuck me, man. Like, that was heavy. So yeah, I'd say they're 2 favourite eps. Next one. It's so hard to think off the dome because I've had so many fucking favourite ones. I'd obviously put Rick there again because I've already used him as a guest. I know what I like.
You don't want to double dick him, yeah.
I don't want to fucking put one of his dicks in my mouth and one up my ass. So yeah, next favourite guest.
What's he saying?
I'm tempted.
He just thought you might regret offering to wipe asses. He said he'll do it. You've got clip that. He said he'll do it.
Yeah, imagine me just wiping fucking bums at a fucking festival.
Fucking adults bending over, like, you know, like your kids do when they're done on the toilet, and they just like stand there and like
touching the toes.
Like that. Go on.
Yeah, I'd say next favourite guest. I'm struggling as well, so I do apologise. I missed anyone out, but I'd say Mentality Clothing. I think it was a really good episode for me.
It was really fun.
It was funny as fuck as well because we did it remote, and I did my own notes as well for this episode, and I don't even care to say, but I smashed it, mate. Like, the questions I had was incredible. I was pulling out deli alleys and shit out of my pocket and being like, so what do you think about deli alley in the mental health space? And stuff like that, and they was like loving it.
It was very like topical what you did, so I did. Yeah, well done, bravo.
I did do well, but like the favourite bit from that episode was I was fucking rinsing his internet connection hard, saying how shit it is. Because, you know, that's a common theme. Like, all our guests will know because we've had issues with his internet loads. But then, as I was going in and I was like asking him to shout out his internet provider and stuff like that, he was like going, "Oh yeah, it's I had to look down there. Oh no, it's not. Yeah. That yours is OneStream, isn't it?
But it's like in partnership with that.
Yeah. So I was like, shout him out. Who is it? And he was like, it's OneStream. And I was like, OneStream's fucking shit. And then as I said it, mine cut off. But my internet didn't cut off. My AirPods disconnected. I think because I was fiddling with my AirPod case, and then it kind of kicked me off the stream. But I could still see Ryan and the lads from Mentality, Cal and Luke, and I was like, they was going, "Oh shit, Jay, your internet's gone," and I was like, "Nah, it's not." And then they was all laughing their heads off and being like, "Whose internet shit?" And I was like, "No, I'm still here. I can see us." And then it was like perfect time.
If you could define irony, that would be it. What happened in that like 5 minutes?
Mental, mate.
My turn.
Your favourites, mate.
Favourite episode? It's got to be Robin Part 1.
Part 1.
Part 1. I absolutely loved getting to meet Robin, getting to know her and stuff like that. And we spoke heavily on like generational trauma, which is stuff that like me and you were really keen to sort of like learn A, like what it was, and then like B, how it can sort of like be like transferred to like, you know, what we were trying to do is break the chain, get all the generational trauma from our sort of like ancestors. And she said it can go from like your great grandparent times, like
like in the war and shit.
yeah, And what we were sort of like saying to her was like, we want to be the fucking diamonds in the rough that are like, nah, it stops with us. Like, we'll carry all that fucking burden shit and not pass it on to our kids. And she was so insightful. She was so like empathetic in stuff that we said that we handle situations like in our past and stuff like that. And then obviously it led to me doing the root cause therapy with her, which has just been life changing for me. So I'm eternally grateful for meeting her, getting her on the podcast and things like that. And then when she asked about like, do you want to do root cause therapy, I absolutely jumped at it, and it's changed my life without a shadow of a doubt. So,
yeah, you really benefited from that, didn't you? Like,
oh mate,
like she said, it worked for everyone that I did it with her, and I did enjoy it. But like, I've done quite a lot of therapy with different people now, and like, I still don't think I found. They always say, don't you can take sometimes at 8 people to you.
Oh, dead right, yeah.
And I feel like Robin for you was your
Robin was my person, and she's seen the sort of inner sanctum of my brain and my every weakness that I could possibly show to anybody. Robin's been like, she's witnessed it.
You did like about 4 or 5,
6
sessions, yeah.
But they're intense, 2 hours long.
2 hour long ones, yeah. And that's a lot of hours you've spent together, isn't it?
Yeah,
12 hours.
Honestly, she was so supportive and so kind, and like, mate, honestly, I'd be on a stream like this to her, and I'd be ugly crying and like in pain because of how much shit I'm releasing from like my body, and she just made me feel so safe and so like seen. So I'm eternally grateful for her. I think she's an amazing person. I think what she's doing with that generational trauma stuff is a proper thing that like needs to be like explored, and more people need to get to know what the fuck it is, because you could be unknowingly passing your shit on. And when we realised what she does, we was like, shit, we need to make sure that we don't do that to our kids, and that like the burden stop with us, because I didn't want to be a father that just sort of like neglected my own generational trauma. I just fucking thought, you know what, you can deal with this, not me. I wouldn't have been able to like sleep at night or been like happy with them myself if I was just passing shit on to them.
It is crazy though, like how much shit trickles through without you even realising.
Without you realising, yeah. It could be like certain mannerisms, or it could be part of your nature, like a characteristic.
It can just be certain things like what you used to get told as a kid that you naturally tell your kids, and then we're telling our kids, and then they'll tell their kids, and you don't even realise. It can just be even something little like, no, you've got to eat cereal for your breakfast because we was told, and then they was told, and then now we tell our kids, no, you're not allowed to have chocolate, you've got to have cereal. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, that's just passed on from generations, and it's just loads of shit like that. Do you know what I mean? Like,
and as well, I'm not saying that we're fucking perfect or anything like that, but I'm saying we're making an avid interest to try and make sure that as little amount of generational trauma trickles into our kids as humanly possible.
Yeah, like we've made a lot of mistakes along the way, and like everyone does. Like we're not fucking robots. Do you know what I mean? And I think like we've always tried our hardest to like rectify it and learn how we can improve. Like we said, we're both in therapy. We do this pod, and everything's just about improving constantly and becoming a better version of yourself, so you can be the best dad, best partner, best friend, best fucking work colleague, and all that shit. Do you know what I mean?
But you always consider yourself a work in progress. You're never going to get to a point where you're going to be like, I've cracked the code, I know exactly how to handle my emotions, I'm stoic as fuck, emotionally intelligent as fuck. If you categorise yourself as that, you've already failed. You're always whip, mate, Carhartt whip, work in progress. And always see yourself as, I can improve on that, I can get better at this, I can stop doing that because that's creating a negative impact in my life. Cut people out and all that stuff. You're always a work in progress.
100%, man. It's like your mental health and shit, for example. Like that's always something that you need to work on constantly. Always. You can't just get to a good place and then like be
stay there. Yeah.
I'm fucking been in therapy off now because I'm in a good place. Like they always say, the best time to go therapy is when you don't need therapy.
And the best time to journal and stuff like that is when you're in a happy place. Because a lot of people will journal when they're feeling sad or feeling angry or whatever. But if you did it when you're happy, you'll see patterns of like stuff that you was doing like while you were in that happy stage.
Yeah.
Oh, I was hanging out with such a person. Oh, I was going to the gym. Oh, I weren't skipping breakfast, or something that can like make you like a better person. You'll figure out your little patterns. But when you're doing it, I think it was Chris Williamson on that Modern Wisdom saying, life is lived forward but only makes sense in reverse. which is mad, right? Isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
But it's so true because when you're like down in the depths of yourself and you're reflecting and internalizing, you're looking at everything that's happened previously, and it all makes sense because you can connect the dots looking backwards. But life's lived that way. It's like life's irony.
Definitely, mate. It's good, that.
Thank you. I stole it, but it's good. Right, where are we next?
Well, that was that. What was the last bit that we did? 3 favourite episodes.
Yeah, have we done that now?
You did 2.
Oh, I did 2.
You did Robin. And who else did you do?
I can't remember.
Maybe you only did
Charlie.
No, that was your favourite guest. But yeah, it could just move on. It's fine.
We can move on.
Go on.
Okay, moving on. So the next segment is our most embarrassing Christmas memory. So, what's he saying here?
Question: if you run out of shit to talk about, what's your shittest ever Christmas gift you've been given? And dare you say, to be fair, mate.
We should do that.
Well, that's next.
Does that? Yeah, it's next.
Weirdly enough, well, it's most embarrassing
Christmas
memory of mine. I'm going to go first because mine echoes this, and I do not give a shit to say who it was from. Well, I do,
but you've got to do it now. It calls you out.
I'm not going to name and shame them, but I'll say.
Yeah, you better have.
No, I'll give the context of who it was. It was an ex-girlfriend, but I'm not going to name the ex-girlfriend because I've had so fucking many of them.
Player.
Yeah, most embarrassing Christmas gift / story. It's a good one, this one. So, I think at the time I was about 17 maybe. I was in like my second year of college and I was dating this girl. Obviously really liked her at the time. Had my eye on her for quite a while. She had a boyfriend.
Did she suck dick?
What?
Did she suck dick? No. Okay, fair enough.
Sorry. No, she didn't. That's why I binned her off. But nah, she was... we weren't dating for that long, really. I was in college and we both lived at home. And at the time, she was a fairly stiff person. A bit you know what I mean?
Bit frigid.
Not frigid, but a bit boring, I'd say. But anyway, enough about the fucking slurping on my dong.
Yeah, move on.
So anyway, Christmas, boom. Been dating her for a little bit. Had my eye on her for a while. She had a boyfriend. The old classic, I think on Facebook at the time, people would be like single and like
it's
sometimes,
complicated.
Yeah, and she become single and like literally like 2 days later, like a fucking hawk, fucking flew in, mate. Flew in and I DM'd her and I was like, "You single?" No, that's not how it went. Obviously, just messaged each other back and forth, and she was like, "Yeah, I've just split with my partner, blah blah blah." So I was like, "I can fix that." So anyway, got chatting. You know how it goes. Went on a few dates, and then Christmas is approaching, and at this time as well, we're both young.
Was you about 17?
Yeah. So anyway, we've been on a few dates, a couple meals, cinema, all stuff like that. She stayed over a couple of times. And it was that classic as well, like she had to lie to her parents and say she was staying with mates.
I'm staying at Gemma's tonight.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
you know,
she was secretly fucking...
bit piped.
You said it. Yeah, and then Christmas came anyway, so I was like, I need to get a good gift here that's not like... And at the time, 17, I worked at a job, so, you know, I had a little bit of cash disposable. So I was like, I want to get her a decent present, but not like, I don't want to go mad. So anyway, I spent like, what's that? I just got a text off a fucking taxi driver. I don't know what that's about.
That is random.
I think maybe it's Beth using an Uber or something. But yeah, got leaving people on the edge of the seats there, mate.
You really are.
So I got so I wanted to get a present that weren't too shabby and too not shit either. So I was like, right, I found like a good gift to get. I was speaking to a few girls in my work at the time. I worked in Harvey Nichols, so I worked with like a lot of girls that was into like fashion and stuff like that. And I ended up getting her a watch that was Olivia Burton, and at the time it was like I think it was like a fairly newish brand. I can't remember or whatever, but I got her a nice watch anyway. It was a classic, like thin strip, had like a nice clock on it, like a face on it with like a little bird and stuff like that. It was a really nice watch.
Was it like a rose gold one?
I think it was turquoise blue strap.
Oh.
Gold. It was nice, and it was like I think it was like £60, and I felt like that was a nice gift to get someone who you'd not been dating for that long. A nice watch, and I think she'd pointed out as well when we'd been
browsing,
like out and about. So I was like, "Yeah, mate, get that locked in." So anyway, got her that, wrapped it, boom, under a tree, and then she got me a present. And this is obviously the story now, most embarrassing Christmas gift. So the present that she got for me, it was wrapped up and it was in like a cylinder kind of tin, and it was wrapped. And I was thinking, like, I wonder what fucking this is. And I remember Tom Sadder.
Yeah.
Mate, he come round once and like showing in the present. And was like, I wonder what it is, blah blah blah. And he was like feeling it, and he went, it was like, this is definitely. What's that aftershave called now with the men's body?
Davidoff.
Jean-Paul Gaultier. Oh, is it Davidoff?
Wait, Cool Waters, is it?
No, Jean-Paul Gaultier.
Jean-Paul Gaultier, yeah.
He was like Jean-Paul Gaultier, and he was like, it's a nice fragrance. Oh, last was like, oh, mint. But happy with that if she got me that. Do you know what I mean? Christmas Day comes, mate. Open my present off her. And it was a Lynx Africa deodorant set.
Oh.
She texted me, she was like, do you like your present? And I was like,
No.
What do you say? Like,
yeah, I love it.
Yeah, I needed some deodorant. Do you know what I mean?
I've already got this present 4 times. I've all 4 of my aunties, but cheers.
So yeah, that was my most embarrassing Christmas gift / story. And then having to like pretend that like
you liked it.
It's a fucking Link set. Do you know what I mean?
That was yours was dead thoughtful and dead like it's showing her that I care, but not that I love her, not that I'm being too like serious or whatever. And then she just saw the first thing that she walked past in Tesco and went, "That'll do." Right, my most embarrassing Christmas memory is in New York. Shout out New York, NYC. I think I'm
We've
about.
never had a guest. Oh no, we have.
What? Jeff from New York. Big up, Jeff. So.
From Vessels.
Yeah. So my most embarrassing Christmas memory is in New York. I think I'm about 13, 14 at the time. Christmas Day, we woke up in the Roosevelt Hotel in New York in Manhattan. Did our Christmas tree in like a big apartment and stuff in a Roosevelt Hotel. My dad and stepmom actually sorted the shit out of that, so thanks for that.
Says he has childhood trauma, mate, and I did have my childhood. Fucking
So bad.
gaffs in fucking...
It was mint.
New York,
We had to get moved from like one apartment to the other, and that the next one that we got moved to was mega. So
a Christmas morning in New York?
We had 2 weeks there over Christmas.
Hard life, this one, mate.
Honestly, yeah. Oh, when it came to holidays, mate, they fucking smashed it out.
So much generational trauma in this kid.
Oh my god, so much Gen Z and their trauma bragging, bro. So we get us up on Christmas Day. We goes for breakfast at fucking Tiffany's. Literally, breakfast at the song Breakfast. We went to breakfast.
Beth wanted to go there, but she went to New York, but it was shut at the time, and she was fuming.
Well, I did it. It was great. So then afterwards, what do you think you should do afterwards? Right, let's go to Central Park and go ice skating. Ice skating on the ice rink in Central Park. Like, a handful of people could say that they've done that kind of thing on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I was going to say, on Christmas Day.
So, yeah, billions have done it on a random day.
When you said that,
February.
I was thinking, like, I'm sure a lot of people can say they've done it.
Yeah, mainly New
on
York.
Christmas Day, to be fair, yeah.
People who live on Christmas Day, ice skating, Central Park, ridiculous. So I guess my skates on and stuff like that. I've done a few bits in Altrincham, getting all the practice and everything like that. I first get on the ice, mate. I fall over, smash my head on the ice, bust my eyelid open, like this, like the top of your eyebrow, like here. Blood everywhere. I get up like that and I go to my dad. "Hey, look at my fucking head!" And he's like, "Oh no." And then 2 guys, like I was about to collapse, I was about to fall over because I hit ice.
Wow.
So I smashed my head, but then I think adrenaline sort of like allowed me to look at my dad and go, "I need help," sort of thing. And then these 2 lads must have saw the blood and stuff like that and grabbed me like this either side. And I passed out. It knocked me out. So I got dragged to like the side and got put in this little room, things like that. And the people were trying to keep me awake. They was like, "Don't go to sleep because when you get concussed, you shouldn't go to sleep because you could have a bleed on the brain or something like that." So paramedic, like EMT guys, because they don't have paramedics in America, the EMT guy, he looks up, there's a tissue on my head like that, and he pulls it up like that, and he goes, "Good job." So they cart me to fucking hospital in Manhattan, and they had to do these injections into my eye so it would go numb. Most pain I've ever been in my life.
Really?
My dad literally had to say to the nurse, like, "Please stop. I can't see him in that much pain." I was literally gasping, like I was.
What, getting like the needles put in your eyelid?
Getting the needles.
Like
eyebrow, yeah. So it would be numb, and then I had to have the stitches on the parts that they didn't numb, like they had to do it where it wasn't numb. So it was the most pain I've ever been in my life, and then all the Christmas Day photos after that are just me with like a big fucking like bruised eye and things like that. And then like the next morning,
did it proper swell up dead bad the next day?
Next morning, mate, it's like I've been in a round with Mike Tyson for 3 minutes, and all he did was punch me in that one eye. It was fucking. It's a great memory, like as in story to tell, but at the time it was fucking awful.
I bet your dad was fuming.
My dad was
fuming.
Mate, you should see him when he got the bill. We landed home and things like that, thinking it was all, is it atoll protected and all that stuff. We got the bill at home, mate. It was like 13 grand. He just threw it up. He ripped it up and put it in the bin.
And it's not been paid since?
No. 13 grand to get a couple of stitches in New York.
Mad.
But yeah, that's probably the most embarrassing Christmas story that I have. You didn't know that, did you?
No.
That's funny that I had a feeling that I'd not told you that.
Next one.
Next one. Favourite memory as a kid? From Christmas?
Favourite memory from Xmas?
As a child?
Does it have to be as a child?
No.
I've got like a distinct Christmas memory that always sticks in my head around this time of year.
No way.
Getting the people going. So yeah, it's our kind of like met Beth again. It was on Christmas Eve. It was in the pub. I think you might have been there yourself.
Was that the plum night?
Yeah.
Plum ale?
I think so. So it was at JW Lee's pub, and they do this like Christmas beer every year, and it's like a plum beer, and it's like comes out in a draft, and it's fucking red. And,
it's like purpley dark red, isn't it?
Yeah, like, and it's insane. And I remember this one night we was on it, and it was like it's at the time we thought it was unreal.
Yeah.
And like every year since we get it. And it's grim in it.
It's not a nice beer.
But that one year when we got it, it was so nice. And yeah, I got absolutely smashed anyway. And it was Christmas Eve. And I started trying to message Beth, who is my now partner. Got like a family and everything, kids, all that shit. And yeah, I was like belling her on Facebook Messenger, I think. And yeah, it's a tragic.
Bait that bit. Belling on Facebook Messenger.
We hadn't spoken in about 7 years because we used to be together when, back in the day when I was a teenager, and then I got with someone else in a relationship for 7 years, and then I ended that one. And
been on to something better.
And then started belling Beth up on New Year's Eve, and she said now like she looked at her phone and she was like, what the fuck? And then like, she was like wrapping presents and shit Christmas Eve, and then
getting a call from you,
and she just ignored it, and she was like, this guy. And then I was like steaming, and I was like fucking doing loads of voice notes and fucking like a clown, mate. And then I think she messaged me saying I'm sorting Christmas presents out, wrapping them up and that. So I was like, please answer, I need to talk to her. She was just like, no.
Please, I'm not pissed.
So then anyway, next day came, Christmas morning, wake up, absolutely fucking rough out my head. Like I said, we don't ever drink and that, so that one hit me hard. And then I think she messaged me later on that day, or it might have been the day after. Yeah, no, it was the day after Boxing Day, I think. So I hadn't messaged her, she hadn't messaged me since all these voice notes. I just looked at my phone in shame and been like, I'm embarrassing.
Why?
There was about 20 missed calls, and there was a couple of like voice notes as well where I didn't speak. It was like accidental voice notes.
Oh, you're like breathing.
Yeah. Like, so embarrassing.
She still got with you. I had a child with you.
What can I say, mate?
Can't beat that, can you?
So, basically, it got to Boxing Day, and then she messaged me and she was like, "Guessing you was pissed the other night," and I was like,
Nah.
I just bell people up on Christmas Eve every now and then,
Getting sober.
20 times. But and then I was like, let me ring you, and then I rang her and we had a chat on the phone for about half an hour. It's a really good chat. And then I was like, I'll be in touch. I'll be in touch. I was like,
and you was in touch.
And then I think another week went by, and then she was like, "Are you fucking?
You interested?"
To what? and then I was like, "Yeah, sound." And then I was like, "Let's meet up." And then we met up, and then the rest is history, mate. So yeah, that's a distinct Christmas memory for me. Are we doing these ones or?
Yeah, but I think that should be next.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, Ryan's just
referencing our post-it note system.
It's just absolutely curveballing and going from like.
Because look at the time.
Oh my god!
In it. That's why it's curveballing.
90 minutes we've been doing this for.
It feels like about 20, but I think we need to wait on that. So, should I just fuck my favourite memory as a kid? Because it's dark as fuck anyway.
Yeah, fuck that.
Okay.
No one needs to know about that.
Right. Would you rather?
So have you got some?
I need your phone to get my would you rathers. Do you know yours off the top of your head?
I ain't got any.
What do you mean? You're supposed to do? Nah, I'm not biting. I'm not biting.
I've not got any.
Fuck off! You meant to do 3 each.
I forgot.
You fucking nezzer. As if you forgot. Oh, you suck dick so hard.
I've got one.
Oh, I don't even want it.
Right, I tell you what. You do yours and me.
The lack of effort is despising to me.
Right, go on. What do you need?
You to fuck off.
Go on. Actually, no. I've got my one.
I need your WhatsApp, and then not for you to not look.
Right, what's that?
That's
that
it.
one.
Right.
There you go.
I'm honestly devastated. Well, I'm not. I'm just more disappointed. You know, I was on about picking your friends earlier. I regret everything I said.
I do have a good would you rather, actually.
Right, where is it? Where are they? Where are they? Deep question.
Mate, we could just freestyle them.
No, I put a lot of effort into these, and I thought you would be reciprocated. Obviously not.
Do you know me?
Pick better friends, kids. Pick better friends. Right, here we go. Would you rather? Would you rather have to lick whipped cream off someone's dong dressed as a reindeer, or let someone in a Grinch costume lick whipped cream off your dong? The twist, you're dressed as baby Jesus. I'll say it again.
Wait, would I rather lick?
Would you rather lick whipped cream off someone's dong?
Obviously, I'd rather
dressed as a reindeer.
Yeah.
Or let someone in a Grinch outfit lick whipped cream off your dick, but you're dressed as baby Jesus.
Obviously, let someone lick whipped cream off my dick.
Okay. Would you rather drink a butt pint of eggnog from a fat guy in a Santa suit, or mot out a mature Mrs. Claus, but she's had sardines smeared all over her cooch and has a yeast infection?
Go on, say that one again.
God. Would you rather drink a butt pint of eggnog? A butt pint. So there's been a tube inserted into the bum, and then the tubes come out, and he's arsed out the beer of eggnog into a glass for you to neck.
So he's had the pint poured into his arse.
He's had the pint tubed into his arse, and then he's shit out into the glass. Or you've got to mot out a mature Mrs. Claus, but she's had sardines smeared all over her cooch, and she's got a yeast infection. This is so clippable.
I think either way, I'm going to fucking vomit all over the show.
Yeah.
I'd have to do the the pint because
The butt pint.
I think because I'm vegan, I won't be able to, won't be able to touch the sardines.
That's your only reason why not.
No, I think.
I'm gonna say mature, mate. I'm talking 80.
No, you are. Yeah, probably the pint. Probably the pint.
The butt pint.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait. It throw up everywhere.
Okay. All right, and this is a third, but it's quite a deep one. This, because I didn't want to just do two graphic ones. So, would you rather relive a past Christmas memory or travel and live a future one?
Travel and live a future one.
That was quick.
Right, I've got one for you.
Okay.
Let me find it.
We've got time for another segment there after this if you're not putting no fucking effort in. We could do... I think we could do a deep question round, Give the people what they want, eh?
Right, yeah, I've got one for you. Because this was something that I cooked up way back when I messaged you about the episode when you was in Tenerife.
Okay. Tenerife.
Fuck's sake.
I'll wait.
Yeah, go on, wait. It's fine. I can edit this out of the episode.
We can't edit out of that, though.
It don't fucking matter.
There's trillions of people watching us right now. Honestly.
I think it's... I can't find it. Yeah, I found it. Yes.
Okay.
Would you rather wank off a reindeer or get a blowjob from an elf?
Get a blow from an elf?
Really?
Fuck yeah. I'm not wanking off a reindeer. That little elf.
Sorry, let me twist it. Would you rather wank off a reindeer or give a blowjob to an elf?
Or give a blowjob to an elf. Wank off a reindeer.
Right, let me keep going. So we're at wank off a reindeer. Would you rather wank off a reindeer
Again?
Yeah, so I'm gonna
just done it.
No, but I'm gonna every time you pick that one, I'm gonna get that one and then develop it.
Okay.
Would you rather wank off a reindeer?
Yeah.
Or get bummed by someone dressed up as a Grinch?
I'm gonna wank him off again.
You're gonna wank off the reindeer.
I need 2 cups.
Right. Would you rather wank off a reindeer? There's not much more you can do, really. You'd rather wank off a reindeer or drink a pint of elf cum.
Elf pum.
Pum. I would say pum. Elf pum. A pint of elf pum or wank off a reindeer.
I fucking love that term. Pum. It's so gross.
Oh, God.
So I've got a wank off a reindeer or drink pum.
A pint of elf pum.
A pint of elf pum. Got a wank off the reindeer.
Right, we'll leave it there because Ryan's wanked off 3 reindeers.
I've ranked off. Nah, it's the same one. Reindeer's got a cauliflower dick as we speak, mate. It's like, no. Okay.
Okay. Right, go on then. On to the next one.
That was funny. Right, I think we've got time for one more segment. So it's up to you which one you want. We could do the present, or we could do a deep question round. There's only 3 questions.
What's the embarrassing questions?
You let us know.
Yeah.
Embarrassing questions.
Yeah, go on.
Pull up the notes, bro. Well, let's wave. Let's wave at our people. Embarrassing question.
How many have you got?
3. But I think there was one that you weren't willing to answer.
Really?
Because you were a bitch. So,
yeah.
So, have you ever been caught in the act of anything? Who caught you and what happened? Dish. You bish. Unless it was me that caught it, then it don't count. Do you refuse to answer? Like you refuse to get a buzz cut if we meet the target?
I'll tell you what. Let's flip that question and ask you.
Fuck's sake. Yes. I'll answer, because I'm a fucking man. So I got caught getting a blowjob. off my dad's wife.
Your dad just joined the chat.
Wait, what? No. So I got caught, right? My door is like at the top of the stairs, and then there's a door on your left. That was my room.
Yeah.
So anyone who walked past the stairs could just glance into my room and see what was going on.
So you had your door open?
I had my door open. You know, it's like the rules in it. You know, like if you've got someone over.
You had your door open when you were getting a blowjob?
Yeah, I just live on the edge, don't I?
Clearly.
So anyway, the door's open, and someone's under the quilt, like taking care of business. And I've not heard like the door go or anyone walking up the stairs, so I'm just happy as fuck. So I'm there like that, like fucking Russell Brand or something like that. And then I hear well too late, like the second to last step, and you can already look in my room at this point. And then we lock eyes, and then I go like this on the duvet to like signal to the person to stop. And she looks at me in disgust, and then carries on. And that was all she wrote.
That's insane.
It was dark.
I do have a really good story, but
You won't answer.
I can't on the pod. I'll have to go. I'll have to go on Patreon.
Okay. What has happened where you've had to lie and lie and lie and actually got away with it? Don't flip it around on me again.
I'm not going to,
I have got an answer.
No, of course you do. But
Oh, it was John True Wave.
I'll be genuinely honest. I don't lie.
You've never had to lie yourself out of it as a kid, where you just had to chat shit saying that it was fucking Christoph over there who threw the brick at that bus, and no Christoph exists. You've never had to do that.
Oh yeah, no, I can think of one actually.
Okay.
So when I was like, how old would I have been? Year 9? What's year 9? Like 14?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was in year 9. I was 14. Smoking the old ganja.
Smoking a fat old doobie.
And I had a little bag of weed in my school bag. And actually, yeah, I've told a few lies in regards to,
there you go.
in regards to weed as a kid. So that's the only time, though. So, yeah, I had a school bag. I had a bag of weed in my bag. And I forgot it was in there, to be honest, because I must have just smoked that much.
You were dead nonchalant about it.
And then I was looking for something for school. I can't remember what it was, or I was looking for like my football kit, or I can't remember. And anyway, my mum at the time was like helping me look, and she went in my school bag, pulled out a little bag of sticky icky, and she came over, and she was like, I was like, have you fucking found blah blah yet? And she was like, no. She went, but I found this in your bag, and I whipped out a bag of fucking bud straight away. I was like,
fuck.
I was like, how did that get in there? Like, I don't know what that. What is that?
What the hell is even that?
Is that oregano? No, but I was just like straight up lied on the spot, and I was like, oh yeah, that's my mates from school. She was like, why is it in your bag? I went, you just didn't want to take it home because his parents have caught him several times smoking weed, and I said I'd just put it in my bag because obviously I don't smoke it, and I didn't really care to bring it home with me. And my mum was like, but you shouldn't do that and lie from other people. And I was like, and then I was like, yeah, just put it back in my bag, mum, and then I'll fucking hand it back to him tomorrow. Fucking
An hour later.
Met you. So yeah, that was the first time. and I'll carry the story on while you go for your third piss.
It's my second.
Yeah, there was another time when, and I'm not by any shape or whatever condoning this kind of behaviour, because drugs are bad. I fucking hate weed now. Obviously, I was a kid at the time, but yeah, there's another time when I was with another mate and he had like a fucking fat bag of weed and he was coming in my house, and I said to him like, "Oh, don't come in my house with that because it stinks." And it was like when I was a kid at the time, so like my parents was in and shit like that. So he like put it behind the bins at the side of my parents' house, and he was like, "I'll get it on the way out." So I was like, "Yeah, sound." And then it was like coming out of the house, and anyway, he's gone to go and get the bag of weed, and he couldn't find it anywhere, and he was like going, "Oh, I can't find it." And I genuinely thought at the time that he was fucking gaslighting me, mate, and I thought he was just keeping it for himself. So I was just like, "Yeah, whatever." Didn't think out of it because that's what I thought anyway. And then like maybe a month or so later, my mum was in the garden cleaning the garden, and she'd come in again and she'd been like, "Just fucking found this big bag of weed in the garden." And I'm like, "Again?"
Could have been anyone's.
But yeah, I was just like, "Oh, how's that got there?" Like, and then she ended up saying like, "Oh, maybe it was blah blah," and like plucked her name off in her, and I was like, "Must have been." And then she put it like on top of the fridge.
No
and
way.
Then I think I must have been like, I can't remember whether I got that back or not. I can't remember.
I'll make sure he gets it.
I must have got it back. Yeah, and then there was like another time as well when, what was it now?
See, there's loads. You was like, "Don't lie."
Yeah,
now you're just rattling them off.
These are like kid stories that you had to prompt me into.
All right, yeah. Fair
And it's mainly about like drugs and shit like that. I think there was a time when I was younger, and I had, funnily enough as well. So when I was younger, in the UK, like you could get a bag of weed off obviously a dealer.
Anyone?
Well, and you could be like 16 and go and get a bag of weed. But the real challenge when you was that age was getting fucking some tobacco and Rizzler to be able to smoke it, and obviously you'd have to like stand. The amount of times we'd stand outside shops.
Like, go and shop first, please.
Go in the shop and get us a Rizzler
Because we didn't exactly look old enough to go and try it ourselves.
And I remember this time I had weed, but I had no like tobacco or whatever. I must have had Riz. I had no tobacco, and I remember like I think my dad at the time had like a pack of cigs, and he didn't smoke. I think he found them somewhere when he was walking the dog or something, and he had them on the side. It's full pack, like a 10 deck, and I was like, "Yeah, mate." Like, see, I knew I couldn't take them, so I was like, "What are you doing then?" And he was like, "Fucking found them, didn't I?" I was like, My mate fucking smokes."
Should I give him to him?
No, and it was like, he'll buy him off you, like, because obviously they like, fuck it. I think it was a 20 deck, and at the time a 20 deck was probably about £7. So I was like, he'll give you a £5 for him. And my dad was like,
All right.
"Yeah, £5." I was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Of course he will." I was like, "I'm actually going meeting him in like an hour." I was like,
I'm actually going to meet him right now.
I was like, "I'll sell him for a £5 for him." So yeah, I bought a pack of cigs off my dad for a £5. And then the good funny thing is as well, when I went to give him the £5, he was like, "It's all right, son, you keep it." So I just got a pack of cigs to fucking get blazed up. And then I remember as a kid as well, it was always get fucking high and then wait for the lights to get turned off at like 11, and then I'm like, "Right, give it half an hour."
Do you not remember going like eating like kebabs with him though? And we were fucking baked.
Yeah.
I don't know why we did it, because we were just inviting.
Stunk as well.
They must have known.
Yeah.
Because we'd be sat there and they'd order us like a fucking 8 foot kebab each. And we'd be like,
eating it like Scooby-Doo.
We'd be like, and they'd be like, "Are you hungry, lads?" We're like, "Yeah, eyes as red as the devil's dick." I don't know how. I don't know how they weren't like, "Boys, we know, like just like enjoy yourselves for this one night. Don't do it again," type thing. And we used to chill with them, fucking proper. Like, and you can tell with me when I've had like 2 beers. So God only knows what my eyes must have been saying after like 4 fucking doobies or something.
They probably just fucking off their heads that hard.
Yeah. To be fair, we came in dead late. They were probably sparkled, weren't they? So they didn't know.
Yeah.
They must have just thought we was drinking.
Go on then.
So my turn now. So
Bet you've got a fucking list about fucking that long.
So, where do I begin? So there's one that like sticks out, right? So my dad and his missus used to go away a lot, so I used to have like parties at my house quite often, and like it was like the happening place. So I had parties, and like 90% of the time it would go quite smooth. Like no one would break anything because I don't invite dickheads or anything like that. But then there's one time, this guy who was my friend was getting off with this girl, and he like 50 Shades of Grey-ish, like pushed her up against like the wall, you know, like certain dominance and that. It's a pretty alpha move, to be fair to him. But I saw it and I was like, fucking, ooh, got a bit of a tingle. And anyway, what he did, he pushed her into what, and then this photo frame like fell off and smashed into like a plug socket that had like an. Do you remember the old like there's a plug socket, and then you put in like a cube one that had one on top, one on the side, and then one at the bottom.
It's not like an extender, but not an extender.
But like
just a cube.
Like it's a blocky one,
Yeah,
and then
I know.
The picture frames hit that, and then it smashed up the fucking plug socket, like obliterated it.
It smashed the plug socket.
Yeah.
Not the picture frame though.
The picture frame was fine.
Fucking hell! If I was going to do a way around.
No, I know. So the plug socket's like obviously like smashed off like that, and
Did the metal pins get stuck inside?
Yeah. So the plug socket's fucked, right? And it's the one that had the house phone in it, because obviously people had house phones back then. And they're coming home like tomorrow.
Oh. Could you not have unscrewed the thing off the wall and then knocked it out?
But either way, like I'm fucked. Because there's no plug socket there when they get back, and it's like, why have you done that kind of thing? So I'm saying to like my stepbrother, like, I fucked the plug socket here, like, can we get it fixed or whatever? And it was like, you're on your own, boy. I was like,
classic.
I was like, fuck, like what could I have been doing that caused that to smash? And it weren't like a little, like a crack. The plug socket was like someone just fucking annihilated it or something like that. So my clever plan was to say that I was hoovering.
You slept.
And no. And as I've like moved the hoover, because it was one of them Dyson ones that was like long, as I've moved like to go hoover over there, I've smashed into the plug socket by accident while I was hoovering. And I just carried on with the story. And they got like an electrician round to fix it and things like that. And I got away with it by saying that I just nicked it with the hoover. And then it all came to fruition, all the stuff, because it got brought up at my wedding by one of my best men, who literally point blank said to my dad, yeah, he liked going away a lot, Ryan's dad did, and every time we went away we had a massive piss up. And I was watching my dad's face as he got told this, and he was laughing, but inside of it he was fucking barking at me. So I think it was either at the wedding or like a day after or something like that. I was like, yeah, there's no getting out of it now. Like, I'm an adult now, I've got a kid and shit, like, can't shout at me or whatever. And I was like, do you remember that plug socket that like fucked up? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, it wasn't me, I knew it was. Yeah, that was it. That's probably not the only time. I can't think of any more, so maybe I've had to just like line a little lead off to get out of it.
We've spoke about loads on the pod in the past, so like the one when you was on the stairs steaming out your head.
But I didn't get away with that one.
True.
This was specifically when you got away with it.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah. It's a horrible feeling though, having to lie and.
It is agony, but because you when you're a kid, you're so scared of your parents' fucking reaction and all that stuff. Like, you just think, I've got to come up with something, and then you probably like when you're a bit older, you're like, they must have known that I was chatting shit, but they just sort of like gave me like an olive branch to, like, I don't know, save my own bacon or something like that.
Yeah, true.
I can't think of any more.
Well, mate, I think we're at a wrap anyway. It's like nearly 4 o'clock. We've been going for like nearly 2 hours now.
No way.
We've had like shitloads of people come in and out and stuff like that. So,
well, this has been good. This could be a yearly thing, you know.
It's flown by. Like at that point before, when we was like halfway through, and he was like, "Should we skip all this and go to the end?" And I was like, "Why?" And he was like, "Because we're nearly at 2 hours." It's gone by rapid, mate.
It is DJ. Here he is.
Give him a wave.
We missed the part where we was giving you plaudits for how good of a guest she was. You have to wait for the episode next week to come out to hear us saying nice things about you.
Yeah, we was saying about like our favourite guest and favourite episodes and shit like that, and was put you right up there, mate. He was in one of our top threes. You'll have to listen to it and find out who's. But I think DJ knows, mate. I had a crush on him.
DJ, no. We both had a crush on him.
Man crush, mate. But yeah, we'll draw a line there, mate. It's been fucking spectacular. We've had
It's been so good, so much fun.
So many amazing people like over the year. We've had like big up all the people that have fucking donated. Like massively appreciate all the support. We're going to keep obviously going over the next couple of days if anyone wants to donate anything else. And then yeah, like we're going to charity like 100%.
Or we're going to charity so children can get presents who wouldn't normally get them this time of year. So yeah, everyone who's tuned in, everyone who sent us questions and stuff like that, I was so grateful that we fucking get to be able to do this and just call it like a bit of fun. But in the end, hopefully get to call it our jobs because of people tuning in and fucking listening to us chat shit. But I think we've been very honest in that, mate.
Yeah.
I think that was
It's been good. There's been 1 or 2 times when I've not been able to answer questions, just out of
out of respect.
Yeah, this is a bit filthy, and not everyone wants to hear stories about my wiener. You know,
it's true. You can tell me later because
Yeah.
I'm interested to hear the answer actually.
Yeah.
But no, thank you to everybody, every guest, every donation, every person that's engaged, commented, liked, shared, whatever. Like it massively helps us just to try and do something that we absolutely love doing, which is this fucking podcast, this interaction, just being
100%.
open. And yeah, we fucking love it. So have a great Christmas if you don't hear. Well, you'll hear from us before that. This episode's going to go out next week. It's like our little Christmas special, but been absolutely mega. Thank you to absolutely everybody.
Yeah, we love you.
Love you. Peace.
Peace.